Okay. Hey, Linda. So, hi everybody, and thank you. Today we're going to be talking about. So it's Paranormal Day, the best day of the whole week, and I was looking up some things. I'm going to wait for some people to get in the room before I start showing our videos and just say hi to everybody. So if you've not been here before, hey Blue, hey Linda, what is that? M Dizzy Lizzie.
Dizzy Lizzie.
Dizzy Lizzie. I like that. So if you haven't met, I know, if anybody comes in here, don't know me, I'm Deann. This is my friend Tanya Stingley from Tea Time with Tanya. And she already did a show today. And now you come and doing another show tonight. You're going to be tired. And what'd you say the temperature? Tell them what the temperature was where you're at.
Wednesday, it was 122. Right now, it's 112.
I want to come visit you, but I am not coming and visiting you in no June or July or August. I'm going to wait till like October or around my birthday, November, and come see you. Hey, Val Brown. Hi, Grandma Kay. Hey, Spirit Beyond the Stars. So I don't know if I should wait a little bit. I'll just make some announcements while I'm waiting for some people to get in, and then we're going to start talking. I had you up there. I connected you with mine, and it was doing the same thing, Tanya. Every time I would write something down, it would write it down from you too. So it was going up from both of us. So that's why I thought, I better let you attach yourself, because that's what I did last time. When every time we'd write something, it'd write it double. Okay, so let me see here. I wanted to tell you that I'm doing a special, you guys, today for the next 7 days on the calm oil, while we're waiting for some people for the calm oil and for the love oil. I'm going to do free shipping. I just wanted to let everybody know I've got the number and all that stuff down in the chat just for the next 7 days. And the love oil is my absolute favorite one. So I'm just going to let you guys know that at the top of the show there. So, and me and Tanya got an announcement. She's going to be on with Linda G's coming on her channel on the 12th, and she's coming on my channel on the 12th. So I'm excited about that. She's doing yours, and then she's coming to mine. So
and then we have to decide if we're going to do a show after that, because it's Friday.
Yes. Yeah, because we might be tired. So we're not sure Friday if we're going to do a show or not, but we'll see how we're feeling after the Linda G show, after we both do that, because she has her show, then that, and then she might not be up to that in 100 and might be 120 or 130 that day. Who knows?
Oh my God. Next week, we're supposed to get, Death Valley is supposed to get over 133 degrees next week.
Death Valley.
It's a world record. Not a United States. It's a world record. We're supposed to smash. I mean, literally, we're standing on the face of the sun.
I drove through Death Valley. It was my very first time driving out of state. I drove all the way from Illinois to Nevada. It took me 4 days because I had to stop so often, but I drove through Death Valley, and that is the longest road, and it goes on and on and on. And then the houses there, there was horses, wild horses that crossed the road. And then there was, I just kept praying. I kept thinking it was like, remember that movie Wrong Turn? I felt like, please God, don't let me break down. Please God, don't let me break down, because there was like this old rickety I'm like, who lives out here all by themselves? You could get no radio stations. And the only station I could get was a preacher, an old Baptist preacher that was screaming on one station. The other station was advertising the brothel. And then the song was the Bologna Sandwich Man. That I've never heard this song before, but that's what it was. The Bologna Sandwich Man.
Sounds like a trip through the Twilight Zone.
It was. I was so scared. I kept thinking, and then we pulled up, and we luckily we had gas, because it's like 100 and something miles to the next gas station. So I could see where UFOs could come out there, And then when we got to the gas station, it had a brothel, the Bunny Ranch, I think it was called, and it had it was Area 51, and they had all that. Hey, Susie. Oh, Susie Johnson is a new member. Cool. Thank Thank you, everybody. So, okay, so I wanted to wait for a few of you to get in here, so I'll quit talking about the bologna sandwich man and the broth. But when you said Death Valley, I thought, I know why they call that Death Valley. If your car dies, you're in the middle of freaking nowhere.
Yeah, you're gonna die.
It was scary. It was scary. And little old me, who like is not used to, oh gosh, it was cool though. I got to see mountains. I got to see all kinds of stuff. It was an adventure anyhow. So what we're going to talk about, you guys, today, and this was Tanya's idea, and I think it's a great idea, and it's about the draconians. And I didn't know exactly what they were. I've heard of reptilians, so I looked up a few videos. So I've got, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 videos. They're little bitty short ones, but I'm going to play a couple of them, and then we'll talk, and then we can play a couple more and talk a little bit. And I'll let you, I know nothing, guys. So Tanya's going to have to tell me, well, I love watching this stuff, but she'll kind of tell me how truthful this thing is. And I've got questions. And if you have questions, put them in capital letters. And, well, and if you have experience or you know anything you want to add, put it in capital letters, because join in the conversation. So, all right, we're going to do my present, share screen. Okay, let me see which one I want to do first. Okay, is this one? I'm trying to think which one I want to do first. They don't have the pictures on them like I want. Okay, I'll just put it on and we'll see.
By government officials and Here's some information spoken about reptilians by government officials and experts. The reptilians are known to be part of a grander empire that goes by many different names, mainly the Draconian Empire, which is basically a dark force. They have been visiting Earth since its creation, and they have been known to do genetic experiments on humans and animals, especially during the time of the dinosaurs. They have been known for infiltrating less advanced planets by first offering technology in exchange for resources, because they know that these civilizations are looking for tech.
Uh-oh. What'd I do? I think I messed something up. Hold on. Oh, what happened? It froze on me. Let me do that again. Hold on. Share screen. Okay. Sorry, guys. I froze there a little bit. So I'm going to remove this and start it again. I think I'm getting good at it. Okay.
You're fine.
Hold anything about where these reptilians came from and what is the history of it all?
I was made to learn through Mothers of Darkness, which is a certain aspect of the organization, because that was an early part of my training, the history of what was the Illuminati on this planet. And what I learned was that the Aryans originally were from Mars, and the reptilians came to that planet they came from another place. They came to that planet. They came to rule, because they wanted to mix, so they said, with that race. And but they became the overlords, and the Martians or Aryans were seeking to escape from it. They went to the moon and then were there attacked, and they then went to Earth and established culture here on Earth approximately 6,000 years ago. And at that point in time, they were doing well, and they were mixing with the indigenous population of this earth. They were getting along with. And then about 4,000 years ago, the reptilians arrived here and again began to take over. And they instilled themselves in different places underground in the earth, and also this one part of them, the ruling part, took over and became involved in the politics and in the religion, and started controlling through these means at that point in time, and using the gods and deities that were believed in on this planet, started infiltrating into that and becoming that. And things started, blood rituals started happening. And since that time, that is the way that it has been.
So that was one on the reptilians. I'm going to find that other one, but I want to talk about that one here in a second, but I'll find that one, just one more here. Okay. No, that's not the one I wanted. This one is
This is a game. Y'all think this is a game? This is who our enemies are, right here. See that? They're half-breed reptilian races. Draco and reptilians are different races. These are the ones that we have been taking out.
So that wasn't the one I wanted, but that one, it was just showing that one how their eyes change. So let's see.
Hold on. Do you remember Men in Black, the very first Men in Black movie?
Yeah.
When Will Smith chased down that that alien, when he got to the top of the building, the alien's eyes blinked that way.
Yeah.
And then he jumped off the building, and when they took the Men in Black took Will in to question him, and they were like, "How did you keep up with him?" You remember that?
Yeah,
They have shown us through all these movies how true all of this is.
Well, I've seen where they have shown political figures. There was one that was when Obama was talking, was behind him, and it showed his eyes doing just that. And that showed that there are some people that are starting to be able to see things, I've heard, and they like this one guy went to the gas station and he's seen this guy and he could see that his face changed, and like they're losing their cover, and certain people are starting to be able to see it. Well, it freaked him out. He was making a delivery. He almost quit his job, freaked him out. But when you go to the doctors are now coming up with a new diagnosis for this. They have a name for it. So I believe that maybe if you see one, if you're able to see it, don't tell nobody, because if they know you can see them, and maybe there are doctors, lawyers, people in high places, they're going to make you look like you're crazy and lock you up.
Well, and what's the name of that movie? That movie that we were just talking about it the other day. They Live. I mean, that is it. You put on those sunglasses, you could see all the subliminal messages. And for everybody out there who's watching, if you have not watched this movie, They Live, it's got Roddy Piper in it. This movie is old as dirt, but it is it's on Amazon. And it's only if you almost everybody's got Amazon. It's on Amazon. So watch that movie. It will literally enlighten you as to the beings that are walking amongst us.
Well, yeah, and the glasses, they'd put on these glasses in the movie, and then they could see them as they really were. Well, apparently there was a type of a glass, and I forget the name of it. I could look it up and tell you that they used to have. And what is it called?
Infrared.
Yes, but it was another name too, that you could, when you wore this lens, this gentleman discovered it, and you could see people's auras. But when he would wear it, he noticed some people did not have any auras. Well, they ended up making him, he
disappeared. Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, the U.S. government had their goggles that they used to give the fighter pilots. Their nighttime vision was red glassed. That red glass, the fighters were all going crazy because they could see UFOs.
Oh, really?
And that's when they changed the lens. They trashed the red ones and changed the night vision to the FLIR blue. They do the same with our computers and everything. The blue light stops us from seeing a whole lot. It actually has an impact on our brain. We are being bombarded with light codes every day so that they program us with light codes and they make us not be able to see things with light codes, including what's going on in our sky right now.
Well, you guys, I have to say for entertainment purposes only, just to protect my channel, but this stuff, I'm telling you, I watched a show. She said, Tanya, that is my daughter's favorite movie, Mildred said. I like that movie too. I was watching something, Tanya. They were showing these fighters. These were military guys, and I forget what country they were in, but they were being picked off by these lizard-like things that were, but they're not allowed to say anything about it. Let me go ahead and try to put that one up again for you guys. Okay, let's see. All right, we'll do this one. And I'm going to get it back from the beginning. See if it'll play. If it don't, I'll do the next one. It's freezing up. Let me do another one. Okay. For some reason, I got brand new internet again for the third time. And let's see what this one is.
Then there are the most evil species we know in the universe, who are called the Draconian reptilians, from the star system Draco. They appeared on Earth over 1 million years ago, before the Syrians, but after the Lyrans. They are scaly lizard-faced aliens with muscular humanoid bodies who are at heights around 12-14 feet. If we had to pick out one particular race in the cosmos and call them the bad guys, or even a biblical Satan, it would definitely be this species. They feed off low frequencies, fear, blood, and death. Being one of the most ancient of species in the universe, they believe they have dominion over all beings on every planet. They are also natural-born shapeshifters and can shapeshift into anyone. Their lifespans stretch to 25,000, 50,000 years. Heavily built, these reptilians are said to be a violent race whose culture is based heavily on war. The Draconians don't particularly have patience for humankind and see humans as a source of energy and nourishment when humans become fearful, murderous, and destroy each other. They are also blamed for a large percentage of children abductions because their bodies aren't as polluted by toxins as an adult, and the sense of terror in a child who hasn't been desensitized causes a massive rush of adrenaline, which the Draconians kick or rush from. 400,000 years ago, they were driven off planet or underground by the Anunnaki Syrians and Lyrans, where they are said to still reside today in a network of complex underground tunnels, channeling humans from lower astral demonic frequencies. Next.
Wow. So that one I want to talk about for sure. So a lot of these, and like I said, this is, I know this is kind of disturbing, and I'm sorry, but it is something to be talked about. A lot of missing kids you hear these days. They just found 200 of them.
200.
Yes, and that's that alone. I wonder if some of these people that are taking these kids, or some of these things, are the Draconians.
Yes.
And what is that thing that they do where they have the big owl, what's the name of that thing where all the important rich people
go? Only men, only rich men.
Bohemian Grove.
Bohemian Grove, and they have They have male orgies, sexual rituals, and there's no telling what type of rites they do because even though one guy got in there and filmed around, nobody has ever filmed a whole one of their rituals. But they have man-on-man orgies. They do a whole lot of stuff, and this is all about power. And this is what everybody needs to know. And I'm going to read this. This was channeled to me a couple of years ago. I didn't write when I channeled it, but this was channeled to me from my guide, and it's all about what the reptilians and the draconians, or the draconians specifically, are. The dragons are the most powerful soul group in the galaxy. The draconians are fallen dragons, negative polarity. They are negative energy. They literally have no soul. They feed, what nourishes them is our emotion. So the more people are angry, the more people are upset, jealous. All of the foul emotions, the uncontrolled emotions, rage, abuse, rape, all of those things is a buffet to the draconian race. That is why right now the powers that be have everybody so agitated, because they keep us fighting each other to keep themselves fed. Okay. They are not connected to source. They have no spirit, no soul. They are DNA stealers. They steal energy from other souls. They transfer their stuff into people. They are the ones who are responsible for these artificial wombs, the ones that are growing these babies who do not have souls. These babies who are born in these fake wombs, and that's all they are. They are splicing cells together and growing them in wombs. They are growing a whole new race of draconians. They are soulless beings. They don't have a mother. They are scraped cells. They are not even cells from a sperm and an egg. Okay. They are aggressive. They are an aggressive bloodline. They come from Alpha Draconis. They feed off of negativity, fear, terror, paranoia, pain, any negative emotion. They are loyal to their clan. The people who join the Ku Klux Klan, these ultra hate groups. It doesn't matter who they belong to. Doesn't matter what race. If there is a hate group, that is because of the draconians. They instill it to keep the negativity going. The snake in the Garden of Eden was draconian, illusory. They hide themselves as others. These are shapeshifters. They wear people suits. They hide themselves to get as others, to get people to sell their souls. The Illuminati in Hollywood and in the music industry, all of that symbology is giving homage to the draconians. So the way to help yourself not be taken by draconian energy is you have to make a choice daily to focus on positivity. Do not feed the beast. Maintain control of your emotions. Love, light, positivity exist in a higher timeline. Envision the new earth and manifest that. The time that we are in right now, the draconians are going, like I keep telling everybody on my channel, the war that right now is against us. And it's the draconians who are the ones who run the world, our government, Republican and Democrat. Can you hear me?
Yeah. I just seen Patricia. I was looking down because Spirit Beyond the Stars wanted me to show a video she sent me, and I was looking for it real quick.
Oh, okay.
I was listening, but I was looking to see what she sent me. She asked me to put on.
Okay. So we just have to, the war right now is against us. They have lost. Their time on this planet is over. The Anunnaki have returned to kick the freaking draconians off this planet. Their time is done. They only had, this is why it's so important with the age of Aquarius being, the age of Pisces being over. That was the only time that the draconians had to rule on this planet. They've got to find a new place. That's why Elon Musk, for entertainment purposes only, who is a draconian, is trying to go back to Mars. The draconians destroyed Mars. Just like the woman said, the Martians came here. So they've already been there. They have destroyed every planet that they've been on. Donald Trump is a draconian.
I was just going to ask you that.
Yes, I even drew it on my page. I drew the picture of him taking his mask off. The royal family are draconians. The royal family in Abu Dhabi and Dubai are draconians. The powerful people in the world, all the power is held by the draconians. BlackRock, the Rockefellers and Rothschilds are all draconian. They are a huge family, a hive.
Well, I wondered, I was thinking about Trump. Is that why you think? He feeds on fear, anger, hate. He never spreads togetherness, or he never, like when they say, he never, like when they were doing all that at the Capitol, he never told him to stop. He was enjoying it. He was sitting there watching it, enjoying it. So it makes sense that he would be a draconian. And also, when they said they came down and infiltrated politics and infiltrated religion, it made me wonder if the draconians, if that's who we, when I went to church, see as Satan. Because he's known as the dragon when you read in Revelation.
No. So this is where you're missing the point. And I might upset some people, but the draconians are the ones who instilled themselves into religion to make everybody believe the wrong thing, to take the power away from themselves. The draconians are the ones who enslaved us. They changed and put themselves into the Bible to throw us off of where we're supposed to be. How many people use the Bible as their means of hate?
A lot.
Exactly. And I shouldn't have to say anything else after that. That is an instruction manual on how to oppress your neighbor. Inside the Bible, it tells you everything. When the God of the Old Testament tells everybody, if you take a slave and they do something wrong, kill them. There's no mercy. That was put in there. That was put in there. And the fear, exactly. The fear, the anger, the hatred. That's why the God of the Old Testament is a jealous God. You think about it. The God of the Old Testament is a jealous God. He will smite you. There's no love and light in the Old Testament. They had to put that in the New Testament because too many people wouldn't follow the religion because it was so violent. So Jesus, Zeus, was the placater to say, oh no, we're love and light. Come on back over here. The people who wrote it are draconian.
So you think that's why they scare us as kids, scare us of hell? It's just you're burning in hell for all eternity. And you're like, but I'm just a little kid. What could I have done so bad that deserves? So that fear, they feed on the fear of people.
Yes.
And Trump, you can see he feeds on fear. He loves the fear. And so all those people that are with him, that are behind him, you feel they are draconian also,
They
or
are the
reptilian.
people who are, that is why they are so loyal to MAGA. They are identifying themselves. The people who they don't care, like he could stand in the middle of Fifth Avenue and shoot someone and would not lose one of his followers. They are loyal to their clan, and clan with a gigantic K. They are the ones. That's why the MAGA people act the way they do. You're dealing with people who have no consciousness, no soul. They care only about what is happening to themselves in that moment. And they could kill the whole rest of the world as long as it fit into their agenda and their talking points. It's not brainwashing, it's bloodline.
Well, that makes sense. When the kids were in cages and I was bawling my eyes off, that makes sense. Trump, it didn't faze him. It didn't faze him, those kids crying for their moms. It didn't bother him. They tried to
that made him happy.
Yes, he fed on it. Ha ha ha
Yes.
ha. And Miller, Stephen Miller, you can see he has that evil look. He looks like a lizard person. He doesn't even look human, Stephen Miller. He looks evil. And I feel like they've been hidden. You tell me what you think, but is it like they've been hiding themselves, but now they're starting to not care, a little bit. They're not caring if what what they are, and do you think we're going to start to see more and more people are going to start to see them? And why do you think more people are starting to see?
Well, this is the whole thing. This is why they just had the disclosure that, there's aliens. Because I have been telling everybody, the Anunnaki are back. The Anunnaki are back here for a reason. When Queen Elizabeth died and she outlived herself, she was an old broad. When they broke that wand, the spell that they had over, the time is up, it's done, it's a wrap. So the Anunnaki came back. And you have to remember, as soon as the people got in front of Congress and said, aliens are real. We've been catching them for years. We've got them underground bases. They're here, there, and everywhere. All of a sudden, we've got 15-foot tall aliens walking around Miami. Those were the Anunnaki. They have shown themselves. And right now, I can't tell you where they are. They're not in America. They are overseas right now. And the battle is over there. And that battle started in Israel.
Wow. And they're probably getting off on all of this war and stuff like that.
But there's so much that we don't see that's happening. There's a whole lot. All of this change, all of this stuff that just seems so horrible, but at the same time, it seems like we're making ground on some of this bad stuff, like finding 200 missing children at one time. So
just today or yesterday?
Yesterday, as things are seemingly getting worse over here, we're making headway over here. So you're seeing the battle. Okay, you just have to know what you're looking for, because this is a battle of consciousness. It's not going to be a battle of guns. It's a battle of our souls, literally, and what people are putting their energy into. Because we find missing children when like-minded people focus on the health and well-being of those children. When Donald Trump was in office, he had that whole Republican Party focusing on how to dismantle the United States. And they've been doing that for the last 8 years. Every opportunity they have, they stab democracy. They're killing this and that to make people more and more miserable.
They said that the draconians don't even care about their own children, and if one of them dies, they just think it was because they were weak. They
don't have souls.
There's no love. There's no love in them.
No, there's loyalty. You will live and die for the clan. That is, it's loyalty. There's no love, it's loyalty. But these beings have no souls. So you're saying, you're asking something to love that doesn't have the capacity to love. It only has the capacity to hate, to divide. It's a negative polarity.
Now, I have heard the reptilians, which is a little bit below the draconians, that there is good ones. There is ones that are trying to, that are realizing that their way is not the way to go. I'll have to show you. I think I got a video on it. But it's not the draconians, it's the reptilians. They said that there are some that are not as bad.
There's a big difference between draconians and reptilians, and we as Earth people we like to lump a whole bunch of things together. If they look similar, we lump them together, and we're wrong with that. We have to stop looking at things and start feeling things to put them in the category that they need to be in.
Well, I read something that, the three things they said that will block your third eye, three main things they said, if I can remember them. One was aluminum. They put that in all our deodorants and stuff. The other one was fluoride. They put that in all of our toothpaste. And what was the third one? It was aluminum. Wi-Fi. And we're on it now. Everything's Wi-Fi. So Wi-Fi, aluminum, and fluoride, and everything, they've made it to where we don't have, we have to have Wi-Fi. We used to have payphones. We used to have landlines. You don't see landlines hardly anymore. They got rid of all the payphones. They force us to have this. And with us all the time. They've made people where it's like they're addicted to it. You use it for everything. And I have been too. And they say there's something you should put on the back of your phone, and I'm going to get it. It's shungite, I think it is. Yes.
Right there.
And it's supposed to help with that, take away a lot of that, the Wi-Fi. And there's also, I listen on earphones to the playlist of the reader a lot. They said you can put this thing, you can get it and put it on the earphones. And this guy had it, he measured how much you're getting from your earphones. What do they call it? EMF or whatever it is. And how much with this. And you still got it, but it knocked it down from like hundreds to 3. Yeah. So they said they're kind of expensive. You got to test them. But I listen with earphones all the time. And now I'm wondering if I need to go get those things to block that out.
If you're wearing headphones all the time, you definitely should. And get you some shungite. It's cheap on Amazon still right now. Get it before the price goes up. Protect yourself in any way that you can from everything. And the Wi-Fi is a hard one, but this is where sometimes we gotta, if you turn your phone off at night, turn your Wi-Fi off too when you're going to sleep. Actually sleep without blue light. Sleep without being programmed. Sleep like we did in the 60s.
Yeah, I need to get better at that, because I will listen. That's my only time that I get to chill out, and Dale will do his thing, and I'll be listening to all the readers that I want to listen to at night. And sometimes I'll fall asleep with it. And then, so that's all night long that, you're getting that in your ears and programmed and yeah. So I got
the blue light. The blue light from your device, even if it's your phone. That blue light is messing with your whole body. If you have a Kindle, and this is what a lot of people don't know. If you have a Kindle, there's a bedtime setting that will turn the blue light to a yellow light. It's kind of hard to get used to, but once you're used to it, you'll notice a change. And the first notice will be in your vision. At first, it'll seem like everything's blurry, but then things will start to get crisper for you. They are literally messing with our brains every second that we are looking at any screen or in the vicinity of anything. And we're surrounded by Wi-Fi. We can't even get away from it. The weird thing is, The people, all the people, the schizophrenic people, and I'm talking specifically about the schizophrenic people, the ones who want to wear tinfoil hats, the ones who are screaming, the government is reading my mind.
Yes.
Were dead on.
You know
And
what?
they had a consciousness. We called them crazy. And what they were feeling was all the energy that was bombarding them. And we just dismissed them and called them crazy. And now we're in the age of discovery to where we can see they have been messing with us and programming us our whole lives since we
Well, I'll tell
exited the
you,
womb.
my sister-in-law, she's passed away, but my sister-in-law, she was schizophrenic, Dale's sister. And Dale said, he goes, I used to think she was sick, she needed help, but she used to say that people on the TV were listening to her, and she wouldn't talk to Dale or anybody about certain things unless she got away from the TV in another room. He said, now maybe my sister was right after all. Maybe she wasn't as crazy as everybody thought. She believed that the TV was listening to her, and she wanted to say something to you and she didn't want it heard. She would make you go in another room. And everybody back then thought Pat's, has problems. But now it's like they want you to think that if anybody has, like the people whose eyes are open and they're starting to see people as demons, they're seeing their pointy ears, they're seeing, and now the doctors suddenly, they didn't have a name for that. They came up with a name for that so they can call you crazy if you tell anybody you're seeing it. So it makes you wonder how many people with schizophrenia, like you said, aren't
specifically schizophrenia. Specifically.
Yes. Remember when airplanes were banned after 9/11? The parts temperature dropped a good bit and the skies were clear and it was quieter.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just like with COVID. With COVID, just sitting ourselves at home, nobody driving, lakes cleared up. People learned about their families. I mean, a lot of people broke up because they learned a lot about their families, but our planet healed in 6 weeks. Our planet healed.
Yeah.
Just because we weren't just out there destroying it in mass.
And the animals were coming out more because they didn't feel in danger. They were coming out, and the dolphins and it was just everything was getting better. The pollution, the amount it went down just in that time. It shows you we can do something about it. Spirit Beyond the Stars says, Reese Simpson, she's talking to somebody. I left my phone in the other room away from my bed. I don't have any TVs or mirrors in my bedrooms. I have river stones in my drains to keep negative energy out of my home. I never thought about that with the river stones. During the hurricane, the power was out 8 days. The constant hum of electricity was gone. It was so peaceful. Yeah, now they want to do digital currency. And if you do that, that means you always have to have this. Me and Dale were just talking when you're a little younger than me, but you remember when we used to, we used to go outside. Kids all went out and played together. They didn't sit in front of a TV with a game console constantly. They went out and made up games. They used their imagination. We had one TV, the whole family watched it, 3 channels, and then everybody sat and ate dinner together. It was just a better time in those ways. Sometimes I think, we need to go back to some of that, not the bad things, but families sitting down at the dinner table together, talking, getting to, you just did that, Oh, said they harvest the baby's umbilical cord to feed off the energy it stores. Really? Well, let me see. I want to see what you're going to see me disappear for a second. I want to get rid of the ones that we saw already. Okay, we didn't see that one. We saw this one. Did I see this one? Nope and nope. Okay, so I'm going to play a couple more of them. So let's see. Oh, that's the one that's froze. Okay, I've
Oh yeah.
another one. That one's freezing for some reason. Okay. That just makes me so mad. I get this brand new internet. I've got it 3 times I've changed my internet. Okay. So let's see. What's this one? We did that one. Okay, so I want to get rid of that. And I'm trying to see which ones we got. And then I want to do Spirit Beyond the Stars sent me a couple she wants me to show. Okay.
And they are present on Earth right now. They are a species of negative souls, meaning that they take energy from others instead of divine source. Draconian souls harvest the energy of others, of the collective, in order to survive, because without vital force energy, they cannot continue to live. They frequently employ manipulation, control, disempowerment in order to direct energy towards them in the form of fear. They often direct negative energy towards themselves because this is a lot easier to harvest and control and to come in large numbers compared to positive energy. The best thing that you can do so that these souls are not harvesting your energy is to not feed into fear, control, disempowerment, whether that is at the level of thought or at the level of action. Anytime you're feeding into the fear and the disempowerment, you are unintentionally allowing them to harvest your energy. Draconian souls are present on our planet directly incarnated into human bodies, just like positive starseed races. They are also present in their original reptilian form, aiding some humans in harvesting energy.
Okay, so then I want to get one more. So that's exactly what you were saying.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see.
Yeah,
I'll
that's
try
why the
this.
road rage is so prevalent.
Oh, you're right. It is. Okay.
This is the Draconian Codex and culture. Let's get into it. Now, let's start with the Dark Draconians. They live in complete service to self, with the ideology that if the individual is taken care of, then the collective will be taken care of and better off. But this resulted in taking what you want, even at the expense of others. Fear is candy to them. Love is weakness. Deception, malice, and hate. This is what they live by. They live farthest away from consciousness, as they want to be separate from source or the creator, as they believe this is true freedom, power, and strength. They believe that they're meant to be rulers of the universe and typically take over planets and take the populace either as slaves or a food source. And this has resulted in millions of years of wars, started in Lyra, where the humans versus reptilians trope started. Deception is key to them, and they like to take over planets from the inside. And by the time the civilization realizes what's happening to them, it's already too late. They have a caste and status system based off of physique, with dragons and reptilian overlords being at the top. They teach their children from young that humans are the drac of the universe, meant to be slaves or food, and that they are the true rulers of this universe and we're here first. They have zero emotional attachment to their children, and if one dies based off of any circumstance, they see it as the child was weak. Positive reptilians, on the other hand, are super cool because they have this deep understanding that being connected to the super consciousness is true power. Positive reptilians have this amazing power of being master healers, warriors, and teachers. They want to help dark beings across the universe and the galaxy transition into a higher vibrational lifestyle and see the truth that it's actually the opposite of what they were taught, that love is true power.
So, what do you think about that? The reptilians that are trying to teach these darker entities or beings. Oh, I didn't see that. If only I can do it. Obey me. Don't believe what you see or hear. Don't believe your lying eyes. He said that once. Don't believe you
Yep.
see or hear. Believe what he says. And people
And
are like,
everything
okay.
that guy. I'm sorry.
I know, and everybody's doing it. They're doing it. They're not, they believe whatever he says. It doesn't matter. Even if you show them facts and say, look, these facts, they talk, we've never heard of alternative facts. There's never been such a thing. There's facts and there's, lies. but they will, and they've said he'd do certain things, and they would show the people, and they'd make an excuse for him. What power do you think he has over them? It's like they're hypnotized, that he can do no wrong. They obey.
They're part of his clan. That the loyalty is there. You see it with Marjorie Taylor Greene. It's loyalty above everything. They don't care what he says. They just care that you obey, and they fall in line. The whole Republican Party, even the ones who don't agree with it, fall right in line because they have to show loyalty to their overlords. And that's why they went to Russia. Vlad is one. All of the leaders are draconian.
Kim Jong-un.
It doesn't matter where they are from. They are draconians. The ones with the power, especially the ones who subjugate their people. Kim Jong-un makes their people eat dirt while his little fat butt walks around. His soldiers are dying from malnutrition, but he eats the best in the whole land. He's a draconian. We can see them. We just have to open our eyes.
I watched a lady from North Korea who escaped yesterday. I think I was watching her talk, and she was telling people that with the people that escape, where they escape, a lot of them try to escape to China. Well, in China, they take the North Koreans that they get, and they're taking their organs. They're using them for their organs if they get a hold of them, and then they're also using some of them as sex slaves and trafficking and things like that with them. And she said that she was wanting to write a book, but they said they would help her to write the book. But people in Hollywood said, but she could not say what China was doing. She could not tell what the Chinese were doing to the North Koreans. And so she didn't want to do it because, she said, I want to be able to get the word out, what's happening to my people, and it's funny how Trump, he admires Kim Jong-un. He admires Putin. He admires dictators. He thinks they're strongmen. Everybody that is our ally, he puts them down.
Yes. Anybody who's compassionate or empathetic, he calls weak. He is telling you, and every single rally, he repeats that poem of his called The Snake. Check your, I sent you a text.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh, mute my, okay. When I mute it, that'll stop it. Okay.
Just your YouTube channel, not the StreamYard. If you have your YouTube channel open, if you mute that, it'll stop the echo all the way around.
Okay. I'm sorry. I didn't know. I'm glad you told me. I wish I'd have known that sooner. Is it echoing now?
No. It only echoes when I talk.
Oh, tell me next time that happens. Tell me right off the bat, and then because I always try to turn that off. I just must have forgot because I had I'm babysitting that dog, and I just got busy with the dogs, and I totally forgot. So I'm sorry, you guys in the chat, if it was echoing. You guys in the chat, let me know too if ever that happens. Let's see. They want to use AI to even separate people even more. See, yeah. That's a thing too. What about you watch all those movies about, the one that iRobot and the Terminator and all that. It makes me wonder, is it possible that they're going to get rid of humans? I mean, how jobs? They're taking over factory jobs. They're taking over grocery store jobs. They're taking over customer call lines. You can't call and get a human person. You get a AI.
Well, can I explain why that is? With the draconians knowing that they're losing power, and they're losing power now. This is why they hate when people wake up. This is why they hate woke, because woke people are not a good source of food. We are starving them. Every single person who becomes conscious is starving them. That's why they are trying to literally write laws to make you stay stupid. Okay? And that's what being asleep is. Being awake is consciousness. It's like getting a shot that vaccinates you against the draconians. So with everything that's going on right now, especially with Trump, he is the biggest. Even they are keeping chaos going. Their time is up. They have to get as much food as they can before they are forced off this planet. All these rich muckety mucks are going to cease to be. When I tell everybody to be envisioning your new earth without politics, the beauty that you want to live, I'm serious, because once that vibration is off of us, we're going to literally shoot up into, we're going to excel so fast through the mire that we've been held into, and abilities will come to us quickly. We have to be ready for that. And I keep telling everybody, this is a real war. But the way that we defend ourselves is through self-control and making sure that we make ourselves as happy as we can, as content. That is the word. It's not happiness. It's being content. If we could be satisfied with what we have, we could defeat the draconians. The reason they have such a hold on us is because of the inane greed and competition, and they make sure we are always competing with each other from the time we're babies. Oh, put your baby in baseball, put your baby in football. My kid is better than your kid. My kid is smarter than your kid. My kid made the honor roll. Your kid is a moron. It's all about competition. Even everything is about competition, consuming, and never being satisfied with what we have, and always trying to keep up with the person across the street, have what they have, drive what they drive, live in what they live in. The problem is us. And if we could look in the mirror and see that our weakness can be overcome with a little self-control, we could free ourselves. That's coming. The people who are waking up understand it. The people who are asleep, a lot of them are shifting. But the draconians are real, and there's a lot of them. But their time is up. And all we have to do to defeat them is stay positive and be content about what you have, and help somebody every now and then.
Yeah, you're right, because we have so much. I mean, like you said, we have running water, we have a roof over our head, we have food in our belly, whatever it is. You see people that live in these countries where they have dirt floors, and they are the most generous people. They share with others. The kids are playing with sticks and rocks outside, and they're happy and they're laughing. It's like we have become so greedy. It's like we want more, and then you get the more you want. I want a house. You get a house, you want a bigger house. You want to, it's like you got more. It's always keep up with the Joneses, and I think they want that. It's greed. I know we went to Florida one time, and we got to stay at this beach, this private beach. This lady gave me, her aunt lived there, and she said, oh, my aunt will let you, I'll tell her you're coming, she'll let you in. And it was where a lot of Robert De Niro, different people had houses in this area. There were double staircases going up to the houses. They were like castles, these houses. And Dale goes, I don't want to look at him. He was jealous. I said, don't you be jealous. I says, we're not meant to have that. If we were, we would, but whoa, what happened? Oh, get this here. But yeah, it just seems like even the people that you see, I've watched Beverly Housewives, they have carried $40,000 handbags, and they're still wanting more, or they want a better car. They spend $100,000, and you're right. We need to start being grateful for what we got. Oh, you want to use AI yeah. Oh, we saw that one. Let's see. Yeah, and we have each other in this community. Yeah, Linda, that's a blessing. It is a blessing, you know. I was talking to Tanya one day. I said, you know, I hope me and Dale, I hope nothing happens to him or nothing happens to me. I hope we're together for a lot longer. But I said, if something ever did happen, it's nice. It's such a nice thing to know I could come on here and I have friends. I could come on here and at any time and find people to talk to or people that care. This community has been a wonderful thing for me, and I wouldn't have met Tanya if it wasn't for this community, and that's like a big blessing in my life. I am just so happy. I just, you know, it's not about the money, you know. See, United States has sent a dozen new fighting jets to Japan following Chinese call for allies to, oh gosh. And what else we got here? I'm just looking at some of you guys' comments. Oh yeah, talked about
Does it keep doing that?
what's happening.
Every time I go in the comment section, it keeps going to the banner for some reason.
I'm going to try to play that thing I have. Let's see. Do I have it on here twice? Maybe that's why it's doing that. Okay. I'm going to try to play that one that wouldn't play. And then I'll see Spirit Beyond the Stars. I'm not sure if I can get yours to come up right now, because I'm not real good at this, but let me try. I'm going to do this one and then I'll look and see what you got here. Let's see if this works this time. Yeah, that one just wants to freeze. Okay, so I'm going to go back here. I'm going to see. So bear with me, guys. I'm going to try to get Spirit Beyond the Stars thing she sent me up here. So let's see how I do it. So I would go up here. I'm going to hit, if you guys can hear me, I'm going to hit my email because she said she emailed it to me. And I'll go to my email. And let's see, she sent me this one. She sent me a couple of them. Ancient History of TikTok. Is that it? Let's see. Yeah, it's going to make me download it.
Oh,
So I don't know.
Yeah, do you want to do that over the StreamYard?
Yeah, I don't think it's going to let me. I'll have to figure out how to get that on there. I'll try to show it next time on here. But I don't know why this one. I bet you what, if I delete this and put it new one, let me get rid of this. Okay, so get rid of that. Go here, get rid of that. Excuse me, guys. I'm going to go try to get that one back real quick. Here, go to here, and let's see. Draconians. Okay. Let's see if it'll show now. All right. Yeah, I got it. I got it. I think it's going to work now. Okay.
Government workers. The reptilians are known to be part of a grander empire that goes by many different names, mainly the Draconian Empire, which is basically a dark force. They have been visiting Earth since its creation, and they have been known to do genetic experiments on humans and animals, especially during the time of the dinosaurs. They have been known for infiltrating less advanced planets by first offering technology in exchange for resources, because they know that these civilizations are looking for technological advancements. Infiltrating planets from the inside is their specialty, and it is easier to take over civilizations using this technique, which is exactly what they're doing for Earth. This is why you hear a lot about elites being reptilians or having reptilian connections, because they're doing this exact same technique for Earth through the elites. Apparently, they have a hierarchical system which includes the elite reptilians having wings. And I keep hearing about this through government officials, CIA agents, people who channel ETs, and it's even depicted in movies. Throughout my research, I keep coming across that at the top of their hierarchical system are dragons, and they haven't polarized the positive or negative, they're neutral. So many shamans have told me this too. They have chosen to advance technologically instead of spiritually, meaning that they have chosen not to advance spiritually at all and repel anything related to the universe and love. This is very common for lower vibrational civilizations. This may also surprise you, but not all reptilians are bad. There are actually split off groups that are high vibrational and are traveling far and wide across the universe to help civilizations like ours. Overall, I want you to know that this civilization has millions of years of history in our universe, and especially on our planet. If they aren't one of the most ancient, they're one of the most dangerous.
Anyway, so before we go, what's the difference between a draconian and a reptilian? A reptilian is just like a underling of theirs?
No.
What's the difference?
Draconians and reptilians are different species. Okay. They are completely different species. Draconians are dragons. They are the dragons from the old stories, the dragons protecting the eggs and the keeps. Those are the draconians. In the ancient days, when they were who they were dragons. They are the fallen dragons. So reptilians are a different species of beings. They are not dragons. A lot of them don't have tails. Dragons have tails. The majority of them have tails. Most reptilians don't have wings.
They said the dragons with the wings are the highest, or the
yeah. That would have been Queen Elizabeth.
Really?
Had wings. Yes, she
well,
was
how did
a
she
really
die,
her
then?
mother. Her mother was the actual one who was the most powerful. When she died, she passed it. That's why there were two women, because it had to be a woman. A man does not create, a woman does. So even they go back to the way that it must be. The power had to be with a woman. King Charles has no power. King William will have no power. They are baby dragons. Mama had the power, and when they broke the wand, they broke the spell. The time is up. They've got a certain amount of time to get out of Dodge, and that time will be up around January.
Really? I wondered what the deal was with her breaking a wand. I thought, what is that? That was very unusual. Well, now Spirit Beyond the Stars says fluoride is nothing more than toxic waste. Did the United States government had to get rid of, so they put it in our toothpaste and water? Oh, no, yeah, how kind of them.
It is not toxic waste that they just put in our. It was put in our food and water on purpose. It was put to keep us disconnected from source, to keep us from knowing who we are. It's a war tactic.
I wonder if, like, remember in the 60s, a lot of the hippies, they had the communes and stuff where they all got together. And I said, I wonder if some of us wouldn't be better off to all get together somewhere far away where there is no, Wi-Fi. If you could do it and grow your own food and, and not be exposed to some of the things that they have us, the aluminum. I've started using non-aluminum deodorant, and I started using fluoride-free toothpaste because they had us convinced we needed the fluoride to keep us from getting cavities.
But you still got cavities. Yeah. Exactly. I have not used toothpaste. I use baking soda. I use baking soda to brush my teeth, and I make my own lotion out of Jamaican castor oil. And I make my deodorant out of coconut oil, some different little powders that I put in there. And it is fabulous. It is absolutely fabulous. And the commune thing here, I'm glad you said that, because think about every time people lived in communal living, what happened? The government came in and knocked it down. You will not live where we cannot monitor you, where we will not have any control over you. Understand, they make us think, oh, just because somebody calls himself Jesus, is that a reason for us to go knock their building down? especially if they're not doing anything to anybody but having their own beliefs.
Right.
Think about that. Think about that. The government does not want people getting in groups, having independent thought without their control, because they are the draconians. The whole government is run by draconians. And this is why I try to tell everybody, don't be fooled because somebody has a D or an R behind their name. They are all monsters. And they all work for the same source.
And it just kills me because they used to cover it up more. And now he says things like, well, I hope you don't pass out in the heat. Well, really, I don't care. He said it out loud. I don't care about you. I just want your vote. And it's like, that would have been enough in the old days. They'd have dumped you. A lot of the things he's done back in the old days, you would be out for what was somebody said spelt the word potato wrong and they were out, I mean, you said one thing wrong, you're out. So how is it that he can do terrible thing and say terrible thing after terrible thing and people still follow him? It is just blowing my mind. It's like they will study this for years unless the Anunnaki come get rid of them.
And they're here.
They are here, you think? I think people have seen big spaceships. They look like they're behind the clouds.
No, the Anunnaki are already on planet Nibiru. They keep changing the sky so you can't see the planet good. But the Anunnaki are here. They are here. Don't worry. They here.
So when they're going to get rid of them? When, it's like, hurry up. You said January?
By January 2025. 2025 is the year of a whole lot of change. Everything will be shown to us, revealed to us. We have a part to play in this. We as a human species have choices that we have to make. We have to push away being slaves. We have to want better for ourselves, not more of the same. And that's what's more important. If people vote for more of the same, the fight will be protracted. Or I'm sorry, prolonged.
Well, I heard we're gonna get back. I know we're over, but there was a guy, a young man who was talking about something that Trump said in that debate. And I don't know, I'm sure you watched it, but they're all talking about Biden's, having a bad debate, but the lie after lie they ignored. But he said something about the Mexicans. He said, oh, the Mexicans are going to come and take the black jobs. And everybody's like, what the hell is a black job? And he said, you know why they said that? Because they're trying to, for one, they want to turn the black people against the Mexican people. They want to make them at odds. And secondly, he was talking about remedial jobs. He wasn't talking about lawyers, doctors, and they're having all these things. It's like this one guy, he goes, I'm a cardiologist. I'm here doing my black job. I'm an RN. I'm doing my black. But I think a lot of people seen that and it pissed a lot of people off. But what he was trying to do is he's trying to get this group to hate this group, to hate this group, to, it's becoming obvious what he's doing, at least to most of it. It's becoming obvious. And a lot of people's caught that. And it's like, they know, he said, this young man, he said, they know that if they turn us against them, that it'll make us weaker. And together we're stronger. There's more of us than there is of them. And they're afraid of that. So what do? You cause hate and division, and you make this side feel like you're better than this side. They had a teacher. Do you remember that teacher too in school? She's an older woman. She did a classroom experiment where she had this side of the room, all the blue-eyed people or the brown-haired people or whatever. You are on this side.
That woman was great.
Yes. And all the ones that have, brown eyes, I want you over here. And one day she would tell the blue-eyed kids, you get to go out to playground. You're so much smarter than the brown-eyed kids. You're so much better. And they began to kind of like that, the attention and getting special privileges. Well, it was like a day or two later, whatever, shit switched. And now the blue-eyed kids, blonde-haired kid, whatever, you are the ones that are not very smart. You need to stay in here. The brown-eyed kids are the smarter ones. They get to have a recess. But I really love that teacher because she taught those kids a lesson that you couldn't be taught by just speaking. She let them feel it.
Her name
You
is
know who-
Jane Elliott.
Yes.
Jane Elliott.
Yes.
Amazing, amazing person. Amazing human.
She is. And she even had like a whole stadium of people saying, oh, there's no racism in the world. There's no racism. And she goes, all right, I want all of you white people who would trade the place and I want you to stand up.
And nobody
why
stood
aren't
up.
you standing? Why aren't you
She
standing?
did that on Oprah. She did that on Oprah's show.
Did she?
Uh-huh. She did that on Oprah's show.
Bless her heart, because she is, you know, she's really, I mean, I loved it because, like I said, those little kids will remember that. They will remember that feeling, and they will not want to ever hurt anybody like they felt, because they know what that felt like. You know, that's like I was teased and picked on for having thick glasses. I had real thick glasses growing up, and I was picked on for that and for my last name, and you know, and the thing is, it did make me better though, because it made me where I thought I would never hurt anybody. I would never want to make somebody feel like that feels. I would never let my kid bully anybody, or I would never let my grandkid bully anybody. They'll get their butt kicked. I would rather have them be bullied than be a bully. Mm-hmm. And so sometimes those experiences we feel, you know, it does teach you lessons, you know. But that kid, you should have heard him. I have to send you his video. He was a very intelligent kid. And I listened to it, and I told Dale, I played it twice. I listened to him, and then I had Dale listen to him. And I thought, that's exactly what he was doing. And so if he's a draconian, he wants to get this group to hate that group. Because if we all get together and love each other, they starve
to death.
Yes.
Starve to death.
Yes. And so it's just
us as miserable as possible. That's why they keep putting Trump up, because Trump is so good at divisiveness. He can piss people off in mass just by standing in front of them.
Yes.
He is the best thing to keep people feeling some sort of way. And that's all they need, is for some people just to be agitated. And he's got the whole world agitated.
Yeah, you're right, because they're talking about, you know, that kind of bloodbath and all this, and war, another civil war, blah, blah, blah. But I get that way. I'll sit there and look at him, and I'm like, oh, my husband, he's like, turn that off. I can't stand to hear his voice. I can't stand to hear his voice. So it's, even though we're not with him, he's making us agitated. They can feed off of that too, our agitation. So is that Bailey?
Yeah, hold on. I think I don't know why somebody's knocking at my door, but I'll be back.
Okay, all right. I want to look. What'd you say? Knobs toothpaste tablets or natural tablets that you chew up and then brush your teeth. Are those the ones, Spirits Beyond Stars? Do you remember in school? I don't know if you're old enough. They used to have us chew these red tablets, and it would make your teeth red in different places, and it would show all the places you missed, and then you'd brush over that. Is it kind of like that? Let me know. I'm curious.
Okay.
Yeah, Doris, I can't tolerate the sound of his voice either. I was just looking to see. Oh, you spell my. The killing Martin. What is this? The killing of Martin Luther King was when she started that to reach kids. Oh, is that when she did that? She's an older woman. And I wish we had more people in this world like her. All education is trying to pay for. He had the nerve to say, yes, all education people trying to pay for. I cannot believe he said that. God only knows, you know, what he says behind the scenes got to be worse, you know. I just can't understand. You know, I have a person I know that is Hispanic, and has 2 gay siblings, and they voted for him. And I don't get it. And I tried to say, why? Do you know you're voting against yourself? You know, but it's like he has a spell. And somebody said he's the Antichrist. They did do a thing. He's anti what Christ spoke of: love, compassion, mercy, forgiveness, whatever you believe in that. You know, that part was good. He's anti that for sure. And just see what else. And Linda, since I stopped. Okay. And then Reese's, I'm just looking. Oh, this one says, Risa says, I use limes for my deodorant. Huh. I never thought about that. And Linda said the problem with the communes is somebody always becomes the boss and wants to rule and control. Yeah, why do we have to do that? Why can't we just live together and, you know?
Well, if we did, then they couldn't be in control of things. We would be the happy Homo sapiens we once were. You know, we would be all eating coconuts, laying on beaches, swimming in the ocean. They can't have that, or else they wouldn't be able to eat. They would starve. We would be happy, but they wouldn't be happy. So they tricked us into putting them, into allowing them, because we did. They tricked us, beat us, killed us into submission, into the state of things that are today.
Yep.
And it started with the Crusades. That's when they got here.
Yeah, they said they've been here for what they say 6,000 years.
That's when they enslaved us, was during the Crusades, when we became currency, when we became food.
Now the Anunnaki, are they from what planet? I wonder where they're from. Why
Nibiru.
are they Nibiru? And why are they going after the reptilians and the draconians? Are they trying to save us? Do they?
You done started a whole nother show. The Anunnaki are the ones who are responsible for our genetic difference, for the genetics that we are under right now. Literally turning off some genes, turning on some genes. But we were created, humankind, the ones that we are now, were created by the Anunnaki.
Well, that sounds like something we should talk about.
That's the part of the Bible where God created Adam and Eve.
Really?
But
okay.
it wasn't really that way. That was another story that was put on top of it to change the story of creation. The creation from the Anunnaki was done by Enki and Enlil. And they literally did it in a science lab because Enlil was pissed off at his cousin Enki because his mother, he had a personality disorder, and he wanted to, because he was dark-skinned and had a big head, he was mad at the world. He was like a little Trump throwing a temper tantrum, and he decided he wanted to create a race of beings different from what he was. It's a whole drawn out story.
Well,
that's a whole nother show.
Okay. And then they talked, so they talked about the Aryans were on Mars. So I'd like to know, what are the Aryans?
The tall whites.
Would that be the what do they call them? They're called not Viking, but they were the Nordic. The Nordic, is that the Nordic aliens? They're tall and got long blonde hair. Is that the same?
No. The ones that call themselves Aryan are Aryan. Okay? And this is important. They call themselves that because that's where they separate themselves on this planet. So the Celts do not usually associate with the Aryans, because the Aryans are a hate group.
Really? Okay. Well, there's another one called the tall ones. They're tall, and they're called the North. Yeah, they're called they used to be called the Nordic or Norse or something aliens. I can't think of the name of them. The Lemurians? No, not
No.
Lemurians.
We have oh God.
There's a lot of them.
There's a lot. So you're talking Arcturians, and I think that's probably what you're talking about.
Pleiadians. That's what I'm trying to think of. They were also called the Nordic aliens, Pleiadian aliens, and they're supposed to be tall and very beautiful, and they're supposed to be good, is what I heard. But who knows?
They have a base right here in Las Vegas.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, we got to do another show on this. So maybe next time we can.
That I saw the first time were the tall whites, were the Pleiadians.
Are they supposed to be good?
Well, they ain't never messed with me.
I tell you, there's so much. This is so interesting. I know you guys, we've been on an hour and 25 minutes. We're going to get off now. I did not mean to be on this long, but this was an interesting topic, and I was learning things that I wanted to learn. I've read up a little bit, but not much. So it looks like I got a lot more to learn. So maybe next time we can do the Anunnaki and Nibiru and talk about that. Put in the comments, you guys, what do you want us to do next time? Do you want us to talk about the Anunnaki? Do you want to talk about the Pleiadians? Do you want to talk about the Aryans? Do you want to talk about a different topic altogether? Put it in the comments. It also helps the channel when you do that, when you put it in the comments, they say, and it also helps me because I write these things down and I will look things up and we'll talk about them. Tanya, you really are smart. You have really know a lot of this stuff that I'm interested in it, but I don't know as much as you do.
I got some good guides. I got some doggone good guides. That's all I'm going to say about that. I got some doggone good guides.
Well, everybody, if you guys would please go to Tanya's channel, please support her. She's amazing. And it's Tea Time with Tanya, or you can put Tanya Stingley. Either way, you'll get her channel. And please, like and subscribe. Help her to grow her channel because she's really amazing. I love her to pieces, and she's a great psychic, a great person. And it's free. It doesn't cost you anything. And if you hit the bell, you can be notified when she has shows. If you don't hit the bell, then you don't have to be notified, but it puts it out there in the algorithm so more people know, and it helps it grow. And also, she also has these amazing sachets that she sells, and they are really, oh my God, they smell so good. See, that's them. They're in these little canvas bags. They got a little jewel. I have put them in my bra. I have put them in my pillowcase because they smell so nice. It makes me sleep better. And she has them for like anything you can think of. And then she also does clearing sprays. And don't you do different clearing sprays? Not just
every sachet and every room spray is a custom order for you. And so what you need is what I make for you. So you tell me what you need to enhance your life, and I will put it together in a sachet or a room spray for you.
Yeah, so we kind of got that in common. So we really like that we do it differently. But if you decide you want to, please support me too and like my channel. I only got 300 and something more, and I'll make it to 6,000. And then we'll have another party. Isn't that cool? I can't believe it. And that's all you guys. Thanks to you guys. So thank you so much. And I started a little. Yeah, so good, so cool. And I started a little business. And for those of you that don't know, it's called Manifest Shop USA. I put USA at the end. Yep, I got mine here. This is my protection one. And I love them. And they're just little magic oils that I make, that I use resins and special herbs and oils that whatever you need. I've got one for I've got some that are in stock. If you can't find something I have in stock, then you just tell me, just like Tanya, tell me what you need it for. And it's my little perfume with purpose, I call it. But it's also an anointing oil. I sell it as a curio oil. You can use it like the psychic one to rub on your hands, put on your third eye, do your pendulum. I've got ones that's called Moon Goddess. You can put it out when you charge your items. I've got just so many different ones, but I also will custom make them. So if you say, I don't know what I want, you just tell me what it is you need. I'll make you one. Are you having trouble with your boss? You're going to court. You need help with whatever. Just tell me. I'll make you one for that. And oh, what else did I want to tell you? Oh, and I have gift cards. So if you have somebody that wants you want to buy a gift for and you don't know what to buy them, you can go to my site and it's manifestshop.net right up there. You can go there and you can buy a gift card and you can give that to somebody and they can choose what they want, or they can have a special made oil for them. So it's a really good gift for people that you don't know what to buy for. And you can also book readings on my site now. So, and if you have any trouble with it, you just text me the numbers in my description, or you email me at Deann Shield Maiden Tarot, and I can send you an invoice and I'll help you. If you have trouble with ordering anything, you need any help, you just let me know, text me, call me, and I will help you with that. But it's just I'm the only one doing it. I'm making the oils. I'm growing the plants. I'm packaging them, doing customer service, everything, and the website. I'm doing it all by myself. So it's my own little business. I'm so proud of it. So, and I really put my heart and soul into these oils. I take probably 30, 45 minutes on a custom oil, which is just as long as a reading. And you know what else was cool? I've told you before, but I would do the oil and the guides tell me what to put in it, and they tell me exactly how much. And I was getting angel numbers over and over, like repeating numbers. And I started looking them up and realizing that there was a message behind the amount of drops that I was even putting in. So they help you with visualizing your goals. And Tanya, her stuff is amazing. So yeah, support us in our little businesses. We work real hard at them, and we do them because we love doing them, and we do them because we like to help people. And everything we get, we put back into the business so that we can constantly make things better and make more things for you guys. So anyway, that's all I had to say. I had to get that out there. Thank you so much. And we will be coming on next week. Don't forget to put in the comments what you want us to talk about. Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to go ahead and sign off. And oh, by the way, before I go, I forgot to say come Wednesday at 4 p.m. Central, I've got Hogarth, Doerr, Celtic Tarot Sheila, and me doing politics. And then was it Friday? Don't forget to go to Tanya's channel at it's 12 Pacific, 2 Central. And she's going to have Linda G on. And then at 4 Central, she's coming over to my place. So, and then afterwards, me and her are going to get together and talk. So, all right, guys, you have a good one. Bye-bye.